Welcome to Aspire with the Florists. Let's ignite your aspirations together.
Hey hustlers, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the audiobook realm with a review of The Perfect Day to Boss Up, a hustler's guide to building your empire by none other than the legendary Rick Ross. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Now, let's talk about this gem of a book. Rick Ross, a name synonymous with success in both the hip-hop industry and the business world, takes us on a journey through his life, sharing invaluable insights and lessons learned along the way. From facing adversity to conquering setbacks, Ross lays out his blueprint for building an empire from the ground up, brick by brick. The audiobook, narrated by the talented J.D. Jackson, brings Ross's words to life in a way that's both captivating and inspiring. Jackson's smooth delivery keeps you engaged from start to finish, making it feel like you're sitting down with Ross himself, soaking in his wisdom over a glass of Belair Rosé. One of the key takeaways from The Perfect Day to Boss Up is Ross's emphasis on turning ambition into action. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk, showing listeners how to take their dreams and turn them into reality through strategic planning and relentless determination. But it's not all about the hustle. Ross also delves into the importance of managing and investing your money wisely, sharing personal anecdotes from his own business ventures to drive home his points. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, there's something in this book for everyone. And let's not forget about the power of failure. Ross reminds us that setbacks are simply stepping stones on the path to success, urging listeners to embrace adversity and use it as fuel to propel themselves forward. Throughout the audiobook, Ross peppers in insider stories from his life in the music industry, giving listeners a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to make it to the top. From his early days hustling mixtapes to his chart-topping hits, Ross pulls back the curtain on the highs and lows of life in the spotlight. But perhaps the most valuable lesson of all is Ross's advice on building the perfect team. He stresses the importance of surrounding yourself with people who share your vision and complement your strengths, creating a powerhouse squad that can tackle any challenge that comes your way. In a world where success is often equated with fame and fortune, The Perfect Day to Boss Up offers a refreshing perspective on what it truly means to build an empire. It's not just about the money or the accolades. It's about having the drive and determination to chase your dreams, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. Now, if you're ready to take your hustle to the next level, I highly recommend checking out The Perfect Day to Boss Up on Audible. And guess what? Thanks to our partnership with Amazon, you can get the audiobook for free with a 30-day trial of Audible. Just click the link in the description below to start listening today. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate the sample from the audiobook, narrated by J.D. Jackson.
The festival due to take place in San Juan next week. Customers will be contacted in relation to refunds with details on rescheduling to come. If requested, refunds will be processed within 7 working days. Instead of heading back to my house in Davie, I had my sister book a block of rooms at the St. Regis Bell Harbor. I was thinking I'd treat my team to a few days of kicking it on the beach at my favorite hotel while this coronavirus situation got sorted out. Then I'd be back on my way to see Dr. Montoya and get my new teeth. That's not how things played out. Over the next few days, it became increasingly clear that the coronavirus wasn't going away anytime soon. Whatever this shit was, we were nowhere near the end of it. The fungus was among us, and it was just getting started. The next morning, I got word that the iHeartRadio Music Awards, where I was nominated for Hip Hop Song of the Year for Money in the Grave with Drake, would not be taking place. Then my Las Vegas residency at Mandalay Bay was suspended until further notice. Then the Funk Fest Music Festival in Orlando got postponed. Then Rolling Loud. At that point, I knew it was only a matter of time before they pulled the plug on my upcoming Feed the Streets tour. And sure enough, they did. The health and safety of the fans, artists, and staff are of the utmost importance during these times. We encourage everyone to comply with the directives of the local, state, and national authorities to curb the rise of this very serious public health threat. We, along with our venue partners, apologize for the inconvenience, but know that we are working tirelessly to provide all concertgoers with an unforgettable experience and safe environment. Damn. We had just officially announced the tour, and I was super excited for it. It was shaping up to be one for the history books, with an all-star lineup stacked with heavy hitters from the South. Jeezy, 2 Chainz, T.I., Yo Gotti, Lil' Kim, Boosie Badass, and DJ Drama. And I was the headliner. Those shows were fitting to be so live and ghetto and project. I was looking forward to going city to city with those guys. That particular group was a crew of partiers, and we'd all known each other for over a decade. Between the concerts and the after parties in every city we touched down in, I knew we were all going to have a lot of fun and make a lot of money that summer. One by one, all of my plans for the remainder of the year fell out. In the blink of an eye, my 2020 calendar had been wiped clean. This COVID-19 shit was serious. Now that this fungus was affecting my pockets, millions of dollars of expected revenue had just been taken off my table. I decided to educate myself on what exactly this coronavirus was. As soon as I started reading about the symptoms, I knew it was real bad. And I knew that because I'd realized that I'd already had coronavirus. 3 months earlier, on December 18th, 2019, I had traveled to the Middle East for a pair of shows in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Shout out to Swizz Beatz for bringing me out there. From there, I flew to South Africa, where I had 3 more dates lined up in Durban, East London, and Mahikeng. But I didn't end up doing any of those shows. There was some issue with the promoters. That's the story for another day. In hindsight, I must have caught a case of the COVID on my way back to the States, because within a few days of being home, I was coming down with something. At first, my symptoms were pretty mild. I had a slight fever and a dry cough. But as the days went on, my symptoms kept getting worse and worse. And by the end of the week, I was in rough shape. I felt like I'd gotten hit by a truck, but I tried to boss up and muscle through it. I still went down to Miami for my show at Club Live on January 3rd. I remember I had on a blue blazer that night. I had a joint in one hand and a big Cuban cigar in the other. But I was having so much trouble breathing that I ended up putting the weed out and just held up the cigar and a bottle of Luc Belaire.
Powerful stuff, right? That's just a taste of what you'll get when you dive into the perfect day to boss up. So don't wait any longer. Click that link in the description and start your journey to success today. And that's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts. Until next time, keep hustling and bossing up. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in at Aspire with the Florises. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.